Okay, so the 7 facts about me video thing has been going around for a while, but I thought it'd be a good way to start off the channel if I share 7 facts about me, and Mary, you share 7 facts about you. Now, obviously you know quite a bit about me already, so I'm going to try and think of things that you don't know, and if you do know them, I'll try and expand on them more, so that we can understand each other on a better basis. That's what I'm aiming for. Number 1, I talk to myself a lot. Like, all the time. Like, when I'm on my own, you can be pretty certain I'm going to be talking to myself. I mean, technically I'm doing it right now, but this is different. This is more socially acceptable. I don't have conversations with myself, by the way. That is the most important point. When I say I talk to myself, it's more like thinking out loud. But for me, it actually really helps. Getting my thoughts out verbally, kind of, I don't know, it helps me process information better, especially when I've had a chaotic week or chaotic day. It's nice to just go over the events and actually say it out loud, because it helps me kind of process it or deal with it better. Number 2, I'm very obsessive about music and TV. When I find a TV show or an album or an artist that I love, I just listen to them constantly or watch it constantly. For example, a few years ago, a friend told me about a show called Dexter, and it sounded really good, so the next day I checked it out and watched the whole first series in one day. A more recent example is that the new Queens of the Stone Age album, Like Clockwork, came out, and I was dying to hear it. This is probably the most excited I've been for an album to come out, like, ever. And then it finally came out, and so on that day, I got it onto my iPod, and I just went for a walk. I went for like a 45-50 minute walk, and just listened to the whole thing while walking around Lincoln. It was awesome, and I loved it. It's an awesome album, by the way. Number 3, I am scared of the dark, which a lot of people associate with being childish, and it's quite embarrassing to admit, I suppose. But I have a really overactive imagination, so when I'm trying to go to sleep, I just imagine the worst possible things that could be in the darkness. You know, I don't know why, it's just at night time I get really irrational. Through the day, I hear hoofbeats, I think horses. At night time, zebras. Murder zebras. Number 4, I don't cry. The last time I remember crying was when I was in like year 8, so I would have been about 11 or 12, and I just haven't cried since. I'm not saying that I don't want to cry, because it'd probably be quite good, it'd be quite cathartic to get it out, but I just don't. It's just not a reaction that I have to sad stuff. Number 5, I can make these noises. I'll give you all a second to stop slapping your faces, because I know most of you have probably just tried that. Number 6, I'm an optimist, or as some people would put it, very naive. It was worse when I was a kid, although obviously kids are quite naive anyway, but I was something else. When I was about 8 years old, a friend of mine who was about a year older, he convinced me that he was a wizard, and I totally believed him. Also, as I was growing up, my dad told me that the nuclear power plants that you see across the country, that they were cloud-making machines. And for years and years, I completely believed him, until someone was like, yeah, that's not how clouds are made. Obviously. Number 7, New Year's Eve is definitely my favourite time of year. And it's not because of the getting drunk and seeing the fireworks and just having a really good evening. It's just that time of year. Like, for those couple of weeks, I just love the feeling of nostalgia, looking back at the year, all the good things and the bad things that have happened, and also the feeling of looking forward to all the possibilities that could happen next year. I was lucky enough to experience Chinese New Year in Beijing when I went a few years ago, and it was just amazing. Everybody was setting off fireworks. There was just so friggin' many, and it was mind-blowing. And it seemed kind of crazy at the time, but there were homeless people burning money. It's to do with fortune or something. I mean, everyone kind of thought they were crazy. I think it's because they literally want a new start. I mean, I believe that you should build on what's happened before, even if it's something really bad. But some people want to, just forget about it and move on and start something completely new. And the great thing is that New Year is the perfect time to do that. And the silly thing is that can happen whenever you want. You don't have to wait till New Year to make all these resolutions. You can do it whenever you want. So there you have it, 7 facts about me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me. And I look forward to seeing 7 facts about Mary on Sunday. Goodbye for now.